Hi there, my name is Toby, and on this channel I'm sharing my own personal method of training, and it's a new approach to health and fitness. You see, I'm searching for efficiency. How can I get the most out of my body with the least amount of work? Which exercises will bring us the greatest benefit for the least amount of effort? And this also applies to healing, recovery, and rehabilitation. How can we find the fastest way to heal? How can we speed up the recovery process? There must be a way of using our body correctly to speed up this healing process. We need it for ourselves if we need to recover, and we need it to help someone else, as in this case here, if we're trying to help someone else recover. And I hope by the end of this video you'll have some ideas of what you can do for yourself and how you can help a loved one if you need to help them. So I call this body efficiency training, and in this video we'll be talking about the recovery process. And what I'm doing here, my friend here suffered from a stroke. Now we've trained together many years, so he's got a lot of experience of training, and I suspect this helped him deal with the stroke because he's already made a remarkable recovery. He's nearly regained full mobility in just under 3 weeks. So he had total paralysis on his right side, but now it's nearly back to normal. So it's quite amazing, really. He's a very lucky one. But it's because of his own training and his own health and fitness that I think he was able to deal with this situation already quite efficiently. But I'm just helping him here now regain further mobility and bring him back to 100%. So what am I doing? Well, I'm essentially doing training for him. You see, this training, body efficiency training, is all about alignment. I've got to get my bone structure in a better alignment. If I can get my bone structure in a better alignment, everything in our body moves better. This itself will speed up the healing, speed up the recovery process. You see, if you've got an injury or an illness, just observe yourself. You'll notice your structure, your body posture crumbles a bit. Now you can see this obviously if one leg is injured, for example, you start to limp. So you're limping along, it means your vertical alignment as you walk is now gone. You've sacrificed your alignment to try and not hurt yourself when you're limping. But one of the ways we could speed up our process, even though we're suffering on one leg or one arm, is to try to keep our alignment as if nothing was wrong. This is very, very important. We've got to tell our body nothing is wrong, even though something is wrong. Because deep down inside the body, there's a message. You're giving the body a message internally. It is fine, it is good, it is perfect. And that message deep down inside the body spreads out through the bone structure, and your body starts to listen to that message and recover. And you can think of this even as the placebo effect. We all know the placebo effect. If you believe you're taking medicine, your body thinks it's taking medicine and starts to recover faster, even though nothing has happened. You haven't taken any medicine. And there's something else which I'm going to be talking about more in time, which I call the anti-placebo effect. Now, if the placebo effect is taking medicine, if you think you're taking medicine so you get better, the anti-placebo effect is when you think you are taking poison. You think you are taking something bad, so you're telling yourself this is bad for me. And because of that, your body actually starts to disintegrate. You actually become sick. You're telling yourself, oh, I'm not well, I'm sick, I'm getting old. And that message deep down acts like a placebo or an anti-placebo. So you're telling yourself you're not well, and that message goes through the body, and your body starts to respond to that message. Oh, I'm not well, I'm sick, I'm old, I'm crumbling, and that message will get into your body, and your body will follow that message. So we don't want to use the anti-placebo. If anything, we want to use the placebo. We want to tell ourselves, hey, I'm getting better, I'm perfect, I'm healthy, I'm strong. And that message goes into the energy system of your body, and I'm going to be talking about that as well in time. But the body, of course, has an energy system, and this is a real thing. It's electrical energy, electromagnetic energy. We have both electric and magnetic energy in the body, and this flows through our body, and this energy actually creates its own sort of body inside the physical body. So even though our physical body may be injured, may be ill, may be struggling, the energy body can still be perfect. And the energy body is directly connected to the mind. So this is why we need this placebo effect. We need to tell ourselves we are healthy, I am healthy. And we're telling ourselves and we're telling the other person. In our mind we're telling them. So here I'm helping him, but I'm assuming in my mind he's perfectly healthy. And I'm just moving his body around, trying to feel the joints very carefully, very gently, and teaching his body that everything is fine. You are fine. Everything is good. The energy is moving easily and smoothly. You're in perfect health. So this is about the message. If we can get this message right, that already will speed up the healing process. And of course, I'm also doing some physiotherapy for him. And I'm going to be talking about this in a minute now. But this physiotherapy we can do for the other person. If we have a loved one that we need to help, we can all do this. I will explain this, what I'm doing, so you can all have a go. And we also need to do this for ourselves. This is how we rehabilitate ourselves. We need to do this physiotherapy on our injury, or if we have a general illness, we still take the whole body in this way. We take this approach to the body. So what is this approach? Well, this body efficiency training is based on two things. First is correct posture, a better skeletal alignment. I'm trying to move the bones and make sure all the bones can move and are held in a better position. This in itself is more efficient. Just by doing this, just by improving your spinal alignment, this improves the energy flow through your body. And this is what will speed up the recovery. So as soon as we can improve our alignment again, the better. Even if we're lying in hospital, you're stuck in bed, you can hardly move, if you can just get yourself and get the nurse to put a lumbar pillow in your lower spine so that when you're lying in bed, you've got a slightly better S-curve in your spine, already that will improve your healing. That will speed it up. So the first principle of this training is better alignment of the skeleton means better everything in your body. Everything gets better with a better posture, a better alignment. So I'm moving his joints around here. And the second principle of this training is flow. There needs to be a flow through the body. The body needs to be mobile. Each joint needs to be able to relax evenly. There should be no residual tension through the body. Now what I'm doing for him, you see now, is I'm holding both his arm and his leg and I'm starting to move them. So here's the very first thing I'm doing, is I'm putting my hand at his lumbar spine and just pulling him back a little bit just to help him get a stretch through the spine. Sit a little bit better on the chair. And this is the first thing you can do as well for your loved one. It's very easy. Now the secret to help someone else is you must be very slow, very careful. They must trust you. So no sudden movements. You mustn't drop their arm or leg. I'm holding his arm very carefully with the wrist and the elbow so that he can relax. I'm asking him to give me his body. Relax, relax, relax. And I'm shaking the arm slightly to increase his relaxation and trying to feel the joints. I'm feeling his elbow, his wrist and his shoulder. And now I'm controlling from his elbow. I'm holding a little bit tight so I can move his shoulder around. And I'm just trying to feel tension in his shoulder and get him to relax more and more. And it's the other thing, always tell your patient what you're doing. Tell him what you're doing so that they don't have any surprises. They've got to trust you so that they can relax. So I'm asking him, give me your body and I will move it for you. And I myself, I'm just trying to stay relaxed and aware. I'm sitting in a good position so that my own structure is good. This is important because there is going to be an energy transfer between us. So I need to have a good structure. I feel connected to the energy around me so that good energy can get into his body. So I'm helping him healing with a transfer of energy also. But it's not my energy. I'm just transferring the energy around us through me into him. And here now what I'm doing is pulling his shoulder away. I'm giving a resistance to his rib cage and I'm asking him to breathe with me. He inhales as I stretch his shoulder away so his rib cage expands, and he exhales as I let the shoulder spring back. So he's relaxed. All he's doing is breathing. I'm doing the work for him. Now this is the side he was paralyzed in, so of course if he had still full paralysis he would be relaxed. So it's very interesting. Part of this training is relaxation, and I'm going to be doing videos on relaxation in time. So if you've had a stroke and you've still got this paralysis, you've got a sort of enforced relaxation. You're learning already how to relax. You see, I myself have had so many injuries and illnesses and problems in the body that I've fixed that I've got a particular attitude to illness and sickness now. I don't see injury as anything other than an excuse for training. If I injure myself, let's just say I injure my knee, then my body is just saying, right, now it's time to train. You've got to train in particular something. You've been told what to train. So I don't see it as a handicap. I don't see it as a problem. I see it as a particular type of training I've got to do. If I've injured my knee, I've got to work very hard to absolutely hold my structure correctly with every step I take. If I put my foot down and my knee twists a little bit, I'm going to hurt my injury. So I must be absolutely aware of my entire structure as I move about until that knee is better. So it's simply a reason to train. Now, if here in the case of a stroke or you've been paralyzed, I've had that also. I do know what it's like. I've had paralysis from my waist down, but only for a matter of hours, and I did recover, of course. But it was enough to know what this is like, so I can sympathize with it. But the important thing to realize is relaxation itself is one of the keys to efficient healing. If we can learn to get deeper and deeper relaxation into the body, evenly throughout the body, this will speed up the healing process. So there's two things we're training in this body efficiency training. We're training tension, how to hold our body under the correct tension in its right structure. So I call this structural isometrics. So we need to know how to apply tension to the body. And then we're also training relaxation. It's the same thing. We need to relax evenly throughout the whole body, as well as isolated relaxation. We need to know how to relax locally, just one part of your body, while the rest of your body still has tension. Both of these are quite tricky. But if we can do this evenly, this dramatically improves our efficiency, and if that happens, it will also dramatically improve our healing process. So one of the things you've got to do if you're recovering and you're healing is sleep. Sleep as much as you can. Rest as much as you can. Move around very slowly, very carefully, as relaxed as you can. And the only way you can move around relaxed is if you have a good alignment, a good structure. You see, when you're tired, when you're exhausted moving about, you crumble. Your body posture crumbles. And you think this is easier. Oh, I'm so tired, I can't be bothered to stand up straight. But what you don't understand is the way you are moving around in this crumbled position is actually harder. It's not easier. You actually must pull yourself up nice and tall, nice and straight, and hold that balance. That is actually easier. It uses less energy. It's actually easier, but you've just got to make that one little step. One little step is to concentrate on your posture, your alignment, your structure while you're recovering. Hold it in its best possible alignment, your best possible standing position, and then relax into it as much as possible. And if you can stand up straight, for example, leaning slightly back, this requires very little effort. If you're falling forward, hunching over, it requires more effort. So you think you're taking the easy path by just hobbling around. No, take it slow, but try and pull up straight. This is easier, and you will recover faster by doing this. And what I'm doing now here is the same thing for his leg. I'm flexing his ankle, holding his knee, and I'm trying to move his hip joint as I flex his ankle. I'm trying to create movement in his body as if he was training with me. You see, I'm doing the training for him. I'm getting him to relax totally, and I'm trying to feel his relaxation and feel the relaxation through his whole leg. This is why I do the shaking. And this is how we can help our loved ones if we have to. You know, even if they're lying in a bed, you could just hold up their arms and legs very carefully and gently move it around. You try and move the joints. You've got to move I'm trying to move the hip in the pelvis. This will help the blood flow. You're moving the blood vessels through the joints, and you're moving the lymphatic system through the body. And this is particularly in the case of paralysis. You need to help the lymphatic system keep going. And even this gentle massage, massage along the joint out towards the extremities, get the lymphatic system flowing. And even both ways is good, whatever feels comfortable to you to do. You see, the laying on of hands healing is instinctive. You know, if you hurt yourself, the first thing you do is go and put your hands onto it and hold it. And of course we can do this for someone else, and we can all do this. This is not difficult. It doesn't require training. What it requires is a good intention and a good awareness in yourself. So the very simplest thing you can do is lay your hands onto the person you want to help, however you feel comfortable to do, whatever comes instinctively to you, and hold yourself in a good structure, give yourself a good position so you internally feel a good alignment, and then you just relax into it, breathe deeply, and allow what you feel is energy to come to you, pass through you, and go into them. And that just requires, again, a mind-body connection. You let go of thinking and just start to feel your alignment, feel your energy, and just accept, just allow energy to come through you and go into this other person that you're helping. And we can all do this. And you can do this for yourself, of course. Whenever you've got an injury or sickness, lay the hands on yourself, on your belly, on your heart, on your chest. Just go into deep relaxation and allow the energy to come to you. Remember, the energy body can be intact even if the physical body needs to heal. And this is the key. Build an intact, perfect energy body and allow that message to get through to the physical body. Alright, I hope this made sense. I'm going to be talking about this more and more, so please do like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.